Hello, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about assignment 6. Looking at the data given to us for target, we can see that the quantity is 200,000 per month. Cost per unit is 10. Holding cost percentage is 20%. Clerical cost is $500 per order. Fixed cost is 5,000, and variable costs are 10 cents per unit. Making these calculations so that our other calculations go smoother. The quantity per year is 2.4 million. The holding cost is $2 per unit, and the fixed cost is 5,500 per order, and the cost is 10.1. Moving on to the original calculations for target into the EOQ. So as you can see, the EOQ is the square root of the demand times 2 um, times the ordering cost per order, and then divide all that by the annual carrying cost per unit. So that gives us 114,891. So as you can see, that's translated down here. Ordering per year, ordering costs, purchasing costs, and variable costs. All of these add up to our TAC here. So moving through them, so it's ordering per year is demand divided by the EOQ times the ordering cost per order. Ordering cost is the EOQ divided by 2 times the annual carrying cost per unit. The purchasing cost is demand times cost, so you can see we have annual demand there, and then it's cost per unit. The variable cost is the demand times the variable cost per unit. So all of that combined together is 24 million, or close to 24.5 million. So using all of these equations, we're going to go through each question down here. So question A, the change made is that the cost per unit changes to 11 from 10. So inputting that into each equation here, you can see square root of 2 times the annual demand times the ordering cost per order, and that's divided by 2.2, because 11 times 20% is 2.2. Again, with these guys, it's the EOQ, the demand divided by EOQ times the ordering cost per order. So same thing that we did up here, we are doing down here, just using the reference of the cost change from 10 to 11. Now it's decreased from the original, so it's 109,000, so roughly about 5,000 decrease. Higher costs equals a slightly smaller EOQ, but it increases the TAC. So as you can see, the TAC went from 24.5 million to 26 point almost 9 million. Question B, we move on to the holding cost is now goes up from 2 to 2.5. So as we can see here, that's changed in our equation. Oops. Disregard that. And again, we just go throughout all of the equations here and do the same. So the EOQ is a square root of 2 times the demand times the ordering cost per order, divided by the holding cost there. And again, you move through each of these so that the combined sum of all of these equals the TAC. Now in question B here, we can see that the EOQ is decreasing from the original state with this change in the equation, as well as the TAC slightly increases, not by a lot, but slightly. So a higher holding rate equals higher holding costs. So EOQ decreases and TAC increases. Moving on to question C. So instead of it being 5,000 plus 500, it is now 7,000. So that increase from 5,000 to 6,500 for the fixed costs plus the clerical costs gives us 7,000. Again, moving through all of these equations, you can see the change in here is 7,000. Again, moving through these ones, as these ones are some of this. So as we can see, again, for question C, EOQ is 129,000, which is an increase from the original state, and the TAC is 24 million, which is a slight increase again, not by a lot. Order size increases with larger EOQ and order frequency decreases. Some challenges can include cash flow pressures. When you have to order more, you could exceed storage capacity, which would be a big challenge if you have no storage for all of your orders. Moving on to question D, we have the EOQ here. Sorry, the variable cost moves from this guy here, from 10 cents per unit, it is now to 20 cents per unit. So this one actually doesn't change because this equation does not deal with variable costs. So the EOQ for this one will stay the same as from the original question. And again, working through these next four ones to give us the TAC. So the main one that changes is this variable shipping costs, which in turn changes the TAC. So we see the EOQ stays the same, the TAC increases, and this is due to higher variable costs. The EOQ and number of orders would stay the same, but therefore the impact is predictable, and the TAC increases because variable costs are going higher. Question E. So it is now moved our, scroll back up to the top here. Our order cost per order is now 5,200. So as we move through this, again, the EOQ, you're going to see the 5,200 in there compared to the original, which was 5,500. And again, you move through all of these ones to give us the total for the TAC. And as we can see, this is a decrease from the original, that was 114,000. And this is a decrease from the original as well. Let's go back up. So this is 24.469, and this one is 24.463. So a little bit of a decrease. The reason for this is because the order frequency increases. So when EOQ is smaller, it means that more orders are going to be inputted per year. And we recommend that decreasing order sizes as the frequency increases, so that you're not dealing with, again, storage issues or cash flow pressures. So looking at all these questions in whole, I have determined that the largest impact on EOQ is the fixed shipping costs and the holding rate. So this one is decreased by a lot, and this one is increased by a lot compared to the other questions. As question D, the EOQ stayed the same, and question E, it was only off by a few $1,000s. And then the largest impact on the TAC is the unit cost change. So as we can see, this is 26.8 million Original is 24.5 million roughly. But the rest of the questions, the TAC is very close in range. But question A has the biggest increase or change in the TAC. Yeah, so